In this twist tutorial, we'll be folding the closed right triangle twist, which has a closed hole on the back and a vertical, horizontal, and diagonal set of pleats. So this is one of the twists that I consider the 8 basic twists. And this twist tutorial is part of the Summer of Twist series, which means that there will be a longer tutorial linked at the end of this video that shows how to use this twist in a repeating pattern, an origami tessellation, and that you can sign up for email reminders for all 30 twists in the series at training.gatheringfolds.com/summer. So let's dive in to this closed rhombus twist. First, I'm going to find the center of my paper and actually tell you what grid I'm using. I'm using an 8-fold single diagonal 45-degree grid, which means that I have 8 divisions of squares horizontally and vertically and 8 divisions of diagonals in both directions. Each grid square has only one diagonal, and these diagonals alternate directions between squares. So for my twist, I'm going to find the center of the paper and pick a vertical direction, pick a horizontal direction, and then find the diagonal direction that makes a Y with these horizontal and vertical directions. So I could orient this any way I like. It's all going to work out the same. I'm just going to go for this way for simplicity. And I'm going to make this a right-handed twist. So my valleys are going to be on the next grid line over, counterclockwise from the parallel mountain. And you'll notice that the distance between the mountain and valley for the diagonal is different than the distance for the vertical or horizontal. And that is because we need to, we have a vertical component of shrinkage, we have a horizontal component of shrinkage. That diagonal has to serve both those purposes. So it's combining, basically if you think about it, it's the vector sum of these 2 vectors that is happening in our diagonal plate. But that's getting a little bit mathy. It's really so that we can get the paper to lay down flat. So as we're folding this, there's a real temptation in a lot of people to want to back twist, but we want to make sure that as we come along, we are getting the corners of our new twist precisely where the valley folds of the next grid direction are hitting. And this right triangle twist is precisely half of an open square twist. These 2 edges are crossing 2 grid squares. So that's another way of thinking about this closed right triangle twist. And if we look at the back side, we can see the same closed hole that we've seen for the closed square, closed triangle, closed hexagon, all of these other closed twists. It just has a horizontal, a vertical, and a diagonal. So let's take a look at the crease pattern as you'll see it in origami tessellation patterns. So we've got these new mountain folds that were added during the squash, and that squashing process got rid of our projections of the mountain folds into the center of the twist. And we can see this a little bit more clearly on the back side. where everything that was a mountain becomes a valley. So we get to see it now without any projections into the middle. And we've got these different pleat depths in our pleats. So it's really the same kind of process as the open trapezoid twist, where the open trapezoid is half of the open hexagon. The closed right triangle is half of the open square. And that's something I talked about in the previous video of the Summer of Twist series. So we've got our right triangle, and it's closing up all the way. And we can see that right triangle on either side. We've got these different depths for the edges with different lengths, different depths of pleats, I should say. And every time we look at a twist, we see the mountain hitting one corner and the parallel valley hitting the corner on, like the opposite corner on the same edge. So that's something we'll see in every single twist. And if you'd like to practice this closed right triangle twist in a larger tessellation, make sure to check out that longer tutorial. And if you'd like to learn more about the twist, it's one of the 8 basic twists that I teach in Basic Twist Bootcamp and Tessellation Starter Sequence, and it also features in Tessellations by Tiles and Advanced Twist Techniques. All of these resources that I've put together to help tessellation folders like you. So happy folding, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.